Marian here. Welcome back to my channel and happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate. In today's video, I'm going to be talking all about Jewish culture and Judaism and Valentine's Day and whether or not there's an overlap, if Jewish people are allowed to celebrate Valentine's Day and how that works. And we're going to get into all of it. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up to let me know. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Marian and I make videos about being a mom and being a Jewish mom, and I would love to have you as one of my subscribers. And if you want to follow along with my everyday life and see what I get up to on Valentine's Day, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. So let's jump in. Are Jewish people allowed to celebrate Valentine's Day? And do Jewish people celebrate Valentine's Day? The short answer is yes, Jewish people do. Yes, Jewish people are allowed to, although it depends on your custom, culture, rabbi, and personal beliefs about the holiday. So in the Jewish religion, one of the most primary concerns we have is to not celebrate other people's religions, because that would be considered a form of idolatry, and a form of worshiping gods that are not ours. The central belief in Judaism is that there is one God and only one God. So by partaking in other religions' traditions and holidays, celebrations, beliefs, it ties into the idea of committing adultery. Guys, I'm in the adulterous mood. Valentine's Day. Okay, let me be serious for you. Okay, let me be serious. It connects to this idea of idolatry and worshiping gods that are not ours. However, there's a big debate about whether Valentine's Day is in any way religious or in any way connected to Christianity, paganism, etc. So let's dive into all of it. The second thing that comes up in terms of deciding as a Jewish person whether or not something's kosher or allowed to be done is what it looks like from the outside. So I get a lot of questions when I actually talk about kashrut about why you can't mix chicken meat with milk. So the idea behind not mixing meat and milk is the words of the Torah, that you don't want to cook a calf in its mother's milk. But a chicken, you're never going to cook a chicken in its mother's milk, so why couldn't you do that? And part of the reason behind including chicken as meat is that you don't want to ever give the wrong impression. You don't want someone to walk by and see you eating chicken and meat together and think that that might be kosher, or think that that person's mixing milk and meat. And you also don't want anyone to ever be confused if they're dining in your home, or if you're cooking and you don't realize what you're doing. So a lot of the laws around Jewish structure, obligations, beliefs are about ensuring protection for those things that we care deeply about, so we don't make mistakes. So how does Valentine's Day connect to this? So if we're not sure if Valentine's Day is a really religious holiday, we probably want to err on the side of caution and to not celebrate anything that might look like we're celebrating another religion's beliefs. So that's some background information about how Jewish people are making this decision. Now let's talk about Valentine's Day. So what is Valentine's Day? How can we determine whether or not it is a religious holiday, whose religious holiday it is? So we know that Valentine's Day is connected to a man named Saint Valentine, but there are a lot of different stories, legends about who this man was, when he lived, and how exactly his story came to be tied to Valentine's Day. A lot of Jewish people who do celebrate the holiday will say, sorry guys, my hair is going bananas today. So a lot of people who do celebrate Valentine's Day will say that although the holiday originated with this idea of the martyrdom of Saint Valentine, it is now no longer connected in any way to the church. So much to say that the Catholic Church even does not include Valentine's Day on their official calendar of celebrations. Okay, then in addition to the Christian origins or connections to the Valentine's Day holiday, there's also a lot of thought that Valentine's Day has some connection and origination with a pagan holiday called Lupercalia that fell around the same time of the year between February 13th and 15th of this festival of love. So there's a lot of thoughts and roots that there's some connections to pagan worship as well as Christianity. However, again, what we actually do on Valentine's Day now has nothing to do with a religious observance, in my opinion. But what do? We send cards, we eat chocolates, we tell people we love them, we send flowers, we go out to eat fancy dinners. So there's not an aspect of it that's connected to church life or pagan life unless you are part of those cultures and celebrate them in a specific way with your religious organization. But the heart of the holiday is not connected to a god or a religious observance in that way. The other thing to consider as a Jewish person is that we do have our own sort of Valentine's Day, which is known as Tu B'Av. So Tu, it means 15 in Hebrew. It's just the number, like Tu B'Shvat is the 15th of the Hebrew month of Shvat. Tu B'Av is the 15th of the Hebrew month of Av. So Tu B'Av is this ancient holiday in the Jewish calendar where people were often betrothed to one another. It was this matchmaking type of holiday, and there's a lot of connections between Valentine's Day and Tu B'Av in terms of this love celebration, but it does fall at a completely different time of the year, usually in the summer. So it's nice to know that Judaism has a holiday that's similar to Valentine's Day if you love the idea of Valentine's Day but don't feel comfortable celebrating it as a Jewish person. But it's also kind of hard because kind of like the comparison between Halloween and Purim, I think they're very different holidays, but you dress up for both of them, and I guess you eat candy for both of them in a different way. They fall at such different times of the year, and it's such a different celebration because it's just a Jewish celebration versus the whole world. So Jewish people are definitely allowed to celebrate secular cultural observances like Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve. However, you'll see that the more religious a family is, the less likely they are to make a big deal of those cultural celebrations. So while they might not think it's idol worship or abstain from it in any way, they won't have the same big celebration you might see in a Jewish household that was a little bit less religiously observant. So what do we do in our home for Valentine's Day? So I, as a child, did not grow up celebrating Valentine's Day in any way. My parents didn't celebrate it at all, and I went to Jewish day school, so we didn't have any connection like in the classroom about it. We didn't learn about it. We didn't exchange cards. Like, it didn't really even exist to me in a large way until I was a lot older, probably in high school. Now I do celebrate Valentine's Day, but for me it's more of like a couple's holiday or like an adult holiday is how I'll phrase it. So me and my husband will get like chocolates or candies for each other. Oh, hi Reed, would you like a Valentine's Day treat too? My little love bug. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of those dogs. Reedy. Okay, so me and my husband will exchange like something small, just, flowers, chocolate, that kind of thing. And we would usually go out for a fancy dinner. But since we've been having kids, it's a little bit harder and that kind of thing. But I would say I have not given my kids any sort of Valentine's Day anything yet. I haven't made that like a hard and fast rule. It just doesn't feel like comfortable exactly to me just yet. I'm not morally against it. I'm not against it from a Jewish perspective necessarily, but because I just didn't grow up with it, I'm not like connected to it in that way. I've only known it in my adult life as like a couple. I kind of view it more from that angle. So that's where we're at right now. I assume that if my kids go to public school and are celebrating Valentine's Day like with their classmates, I'll probably join in the fun a little bit, but primarily right now I'm very comfortable celebrating it with me and my husband in a small way, but I'm not comfortable with more than that right now. So that's my perspective on Judaism and Valentine's Day, as well as just some background information on how we kind of make these decisions, how we feel about them, and everything like that. So I hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. I hope you guys like sneak peeks of my dogs joining in for every video they can get into. Thank you so much for watching this one. Let me know if you have any questions about this or if I can make any follow-up videos about similar topics, because obviously I love this stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!